Welcome back to Get With The Programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler. Now, usually we have sound bites for guests on the show, but me and Jeremy go way back, and then Jeremy goes way back, then we go way back. And I was like, all right, what would be a cool thing, a cool quote for Jeremy? And I found this way back video that I'm going to play for you, and I really hope you guys can hear it. Bill, let me know if you don't.
Okay.
To see
yeah, we got it.
Is the person who actually finishes this first is the 2008 CrossFit Games champion, male competitor. Wait, unless they finish it in over 5 minutes and 44 seconds.
Jeremy, what would happen if the first place finisher didn't finish in 5:44 that year?
I would have been first. I would have podium first place that year.
They finish it in 5:45 or higher, and they're the first in this heat to finish it with a time of 5:45 or higher. That means who is the champion?
Yeah.
Jeremy Thiel. Exactly.
Did you know that your entire final video is on YouTube by itself?
What? 3, 2, 1, go!
Soundtrack. Oh, bro.
CrossFit Central.
350 for Jeremy Thiel from CrossFit Central. Look at you go, bro. Animal.
Wow, man, that's 2008. So that's almost what is that? 17
years.
Yeah,
years, man.
Which aligns pretty well with what we're about to talk today. 17 years of the Fittest Games that turned into the Fittest Experience that is now going to be the Fittest. Is it TFX Invitational? Not the Fittest
TFX Invitational. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dana, what was it like to just see that again?
Oh man, it's a unique moment in time that that expression of the sport and where it was and where it was going was just burgeoning on a new frontier, and like you could just feel it on every level. And so it was super exciting times, and just like wow, what a journey to be on and all that. I just love it. It gives me chills watching it, and just excitement for the sport.
For something like that, so you've seen it from like the very beginning, obviously. How do you feel when you see, your event that you created and where it's gone, or the events where they are now? What do you see similar? What do you see different between the two from then and now?
It's the industrialization of the sport in the sense that we went from a field with a fencing and people sitting around drinking beer and hanging out to something that is put into a credentialed process that you have to go through step 1, 2, and 3 to get across the line. That's from inside the ropes that happens on the competition floor to the media, to the spectating. So it's just been a professionalized, journey along the way, and it's never been done before. So there was a lot of discovery and figuring out what the navigational points along the way. And I mean, someone like Dave Castro has done a phenomenal job formulating a sport from nothing to what it is today. And so there's nothing but respect from creating something from nothing. And so I just see it as a natural progression, but not an easy progression.
Yeah, not easy at all. And I think that there's something, especially back in the early days, there was something very raw about what our sport was, about how our competitions went, how we were as CrossFitters back. I mean, we got pukey because like you didn't understand pacing. You just went to your puked kind of thing. Like that was very raw. Um, do you, with the events that when you're creating them, do you try or think about wanting to still try to have that instilled, or are you do you like the more polished version of our sport as I guess as we're moving forward? Are we missing the rawness, or do we need to have it like the nice polished stone?
I think it's a unique blend, and I think the CrossFit Games showcase that really well. Now, a in-person qualifier like we'll be hosting is a little bit more contained and packaged due to it's a part of the process. But the beauty of the CrossFit Games is we've seen obstacle courses. We've seen Rogue bring in all these unique approaches. We've done different tactical, ways to get through obstacle courses, things in that nature. So the all-terrain vibe we'll put into the Fittest Experience Championship, where you got to run in mud, you got to jump over barriers. Those are unique opportunities to show the rawness, but then bring it into package. So how do we do that really well with the true nature of the sport of CrossFit and show something from a weightlifting 1 rep max clean and jerk to something completely off the grid? So there's angles that we have to recognize that the sport, fits into, but we can't, capture it just in one form only. So that's the broadness of the sport. I believe what CrossFit is in nature. So I think that's what I prefer the approach to be. And so, yeah.
I would say TFX from a standpoint of, I know I mentioned the Fittest Games is when, that originated. And we said, it's like, hey, listen, you were there doing thrusters in the dirt 17 years ago at the 08 Games, and that got you on the podium that year. And then you come out with the Fittest Games, right? And then the Fittest Games, right? Was that on the heels of that? Did you guys go back to Austin and be like, hey, we need to do something like this?
So I went, so it kind of goes back into my fitness and wellness journey. I was at West Texas. I did high school football, powerlifting, training. I went to college. I got into triathlons, and I did summer strength conditioning programs. So I was always in the gym seeing. I got introduced to kettlebells in like 2002, and Coach Davies was the kettlebell guru back then, and then it was Pavel and so on and so forth. So it's like I got introduced to all this, but it wasn't packaged like CrossFit. And then I was doing triathlon races that would get me, but I was a big, my wife would consider me like this water buffalo trying to, triathlons. And it was like, hey, I can compete, but like I'm a huge beast, and I still was weightlifting. And so I went to the first CrossFit Games in 2007, and I linked triathlons and CrossFit and this event. I was like, well, in college, I helped put on triathlons, sprint distance, Olympic.
Oh, wow.
Triathlon. So I was really into it. I was the club vice president and all that. So I just always get involved, right? And Austin was the mecca of running and triathlon. And so I moved here from San Marcos, and I started helping out here. And then I was like, man, we can do this. So I went to 2007 CrossFit Games. I saw it. I got that aha moment that this is a sport. And I said, hey, let's host. I didn't know you could do 3 workouts in one day. So we did, a March, April, May series. We went to, we did 4 actually. We went to Buda, to the Dynamax headquarters, the Medicine Ball Mecca headquarters. We went to Houston and held one at a sports training, and Ripito came out. We did one at our original gym, and we did one out at my family ranch where we did a 5K. So we did like a Medicine Ball Metcon. We did
you did one event in each of those locations?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's so awesome.
One workout.
One workout.
Yeah.
One workout. That's all we knew. It was like a Saturday morning from 8 to 10.
Yeah.
And so uniquely we did all that. And then the winners of all 4 events, we caught the scores and brought it to the final who won. And so happened, my girlfriend at the time, Lisa, won the event. So we flew the male winner, and then the owner of Lone Star out of San Antonio, who since
Marco.
Yeah. So Marco and Lisa won the 2008 Fittest Games, and then we sent them We flew them to the CrossFit Games. So we created a qualifier.
No way.
Oh, wow.
to the games.
Wow.
Holy crap. I had no idea about this.
Yeah, man, that was origins. And so like that was 2008 to get to the games. And I get a little bit unclear. I think it was 2009 we held them. Maybe
2009 you had one at I know we had one at Dallas Central. You guys had it.
yes, we held. That was a year we tried it in 2
And that was
locations.
that was kind of a qualifier for the games that year as well, because they kind of had unofficial I guess they're official qualifiers, but
Yeah.
to get to the 2009 game, that was part of it, wasn't it?
Oh man, it gets
Or
blurry.
regionals? No, it's for regionals.
Regionals, yeah. So because we did, so it was 2000 before the Open. So the Open was 2010, right?
11.
11. So 2010, I believe we were a sectional. So
Sectional.
I taught
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Fittest Games that year and worked with Dave on a sectional. So we had a sectional. I think you went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, so it's funny how we're looping this all together, because my sectional was in I think it was Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Was where we had it.
Yeah. So that's where Bryce was up in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
We were down in Austin. So we held it. We qualified like 30 men, 30 women or something to the regional that was at Hell's Half Acres at Jeff Tucker's in Fort Worth.
Yep.
And so that was 2009. And then, of course, the Open came and things kind of shifted where we would have our off-season Fittest Games back in the day that would be in the off season in January. And then we'd roll right into the Open, into regionals, and then the CrossFit Games. And so that was just the grind of what it was that we did. And, you know, we had like 35 people the first year, and it just incrementally grew and grew and grew. There's probably 4 or 5 years that we just capped it at 500 people, and that was the deal. And then it grew. This past year, we had 1,200 qualified championship participants, and we had 100 do our throwdown stage. It's a 1-day event as well. So we topped it out at 1,300 at the championship in 2025. Yeah.
When you guys started that, I mean, you came off the games, you hop out there, you start doing your own kind of version of that. Did you have like an end goal kind of in mind, or you're just like, hey, we want to do a competition too, whatever the heck it is? Like, was there
the
any
end
sort
goal,
of direction?
Bill, the end goal was whoever wins this competition, I'm going to start dating her.
What?
That was what it was. It was just a wide net to find the fittest girl.
I mean,
there.
if you're gonna vet it out, I mean, what a way to do it, right?
I'm going to need your contact info, ma'am, just to know where I send the details.
What was that called? Active singles before it was active singles.
Yeah.
Like, did you have a plan, or when did you actually get a plan? Like, when did that start?
I love the sport, and so like even just saying that out loud makes me like tear up. Like just getting emotional about. I love the sport and what it did for me, and what I saw. And it was one athlete, a master's athlete, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, said, "Man, I appreciate you hosting this because it gives me something to train for and to look forward to."
Cool.
And then I broke it down into this like micro, from this big picture to this micro. Training for an event that lasts over 5, 6 months. You do the online qualifier, you're doing a throwdown, and then the event's 3 months out. Your life, you sleep, you eat, you drink, you train, you relate, associated to this event. And it's a big infrastructural process to your life that gives you a focal point that brings, so much value to your life and purpose to your life that makes you a better husband, a better spouse, a better father, so it just makes you better because you're focused, and then you're improving and you're getting motivated. And so that was the really like a singular like point. It's like, hey, this event is more than me by any means, like so much bigger than me. And every single one of these athletes' lives is impacted by it. And then their immediate circle of friends and family. And so there's just like so much bigger.
Yeah.
And anything that you could say that 1 day or that 3-day event is. And so that's just the driving force. And I also just articulating it into like these constructs of like what I call these aha moments. And I imagine everybody in the CrossFit space has experienced this on some level that continues to pursue it. You wake up from that aha, and a passion and a desire drops into your heart and chest that just makes you go, I want to go next level. I want to do better, and I want to become the best me I can possibly be. And Chase is like, yeah, I experienced that. So it's like, how can we create the environment for the moment for that transformation? And that's really, again, that really gets me just like, wow, this is too big of an opportunity for people to have an actual experience.
Well, it's an infectious behavior. And I feel like personally, competition is the catalyst to drive that type of behavior and that awakening and that aha moment, because you can't truly figure out something about yourself unless you put yourself into the fire, so to speak. And we do that in a competitive setting. And we're not talking CrossFit Games, like you said, the best version of you. The best version of you can only be found through hard times, strife, not good times, right? And if you put yourself in a competitive setting, the element of failure is ever present when it comes to that. Even at the most elite level, we fail more than we succeed, but it's the failure that teaches us those life lessons beyond the walls of competition or the CrossFit gym. But when you take that into the communities, and it's funny that you came out with this, because I think this is the greatest thread that we've heard or even expanded on, of the importance of competition within CrossFit and the importance of how sport can tie back to the affiliates, and how it's all working together in a unique symbiotic relationship. Is that I believe sport is a valuable part of what CrossFit really is. And it's an expression of what we do. And it gives us an outlet outside the walls of a gym. Ask any sport, like top major sports. The last thing they enjoy doing is practicing every day and scrimmaging against their teammates. The most favorite thing they get to do is to let that out against other people and other teams, whether they're rivals or their friends, the locker rooms in between. And then what happens is that you go to these local competitions, or you go to these in-person throwdowns, or you go to regionals, or you go to the games, and you get that outlet. And then the affiliate becomes the locker room. And when the affiliate is the locker room, that's the community, that's the vibe, that's the broing out, that's where all the magic happens, is it's inside the affiliate. It's the expression of that in competition that I think cannot be duplicated or replicated.
Wow, that's so powerful. And you're talking about a controlled environment, right? There's one thing to be reckless and then take big risk in life, but this is a controlled environment that allows you to take risk. And we went up. So uniquely, I joined my gym this week. I've been like a 1 day or 2 day a week CrossFitter in my facility on my own. And I went up to Telluride, Colorado for spring break with my family. And we dropped into CrossFit Telluride. Shout out to those guys. Phenomenal 1,200 square foot gym, 10,000, feet above ground, sea level. I did the final open workout there. It was horrible.
Oh God. what a horrible one
Wow.
to do at 2,000 feet.
But it was awesome. It literally, it was a pivotal moment in my journey. And I'm going to look back on that, not fully realizing what it did, but I literally felt like I was going to die. And we finished the workout, and I didn't finish it. I got to 17 snatches, and I just and it just clicked. And I was like, I looked at my wife, Lisa. I was like, we got to come back tomorrow. And we went back at 7 o'clock class the next day. There's this great coach in the morning. There's 8 people in the gym, and all the nostalgia, because they've been a CrossFit gym since 2009.
Wow.
And it was just it was this great experience. And so I said, you know what? I need to go back and I recommitted 5 days a week to CrossFit Central. So I joined my gym, signed up to go to class 5 days a week to become a true product of the product and experience it. Today is day 3 of CrossFitting. And I just feel like this realignment of just what the value of this is. And I've done a 7:15 class. I did a 5:15 class. I did the 11:15 class today, sweating and challenge myself around our athletes and getting an experience with their experience. And today's workout, I didn't finish it. And I was like, we're doing this again in 4 weeks, because this is a phenomenal benchmark workout to test where you were, down the road. So anyways, just those opportunities in controlled environment to have that, and then to dive in and really see what's possible.
Dude, the coolest thing, I swear, and I'm fully experiencing the exact same thing right now that both you guys have been talking about, is this full circle of our CrossFit experience, going from oh, what's this CrossFit thing, and how do I do this? And I'm either, watching it on the .com site and going through the comment boards and trying to see what my time is, to actually get into the competition and being where your primary focus is, I'm training to be this competitor, to I'm running my gym, I'm running my affiliate, to I'm coaching some people, to I'm back around where it's like, you know what, I'm just experiencing my CrossFit all over again, because now I want we started it for the longevity of, because there wasn't a sport then. It was,
Right.
I just want to be awesome at everything. I want to be able to do any activity you want to put in front of me. I want to be able to do it decently
Mm-hmm.
and have fun with it. And now we've come all the way back around after, a decade and a half, and we're right back where we are, where it's like, you know what? I just want to be able to kick ass in everything all over again. It's such a cool feeling.
That's a trip, man.
It's so wild, dude.
Seems
Like
like
I
the
have been
evolution of
freaking
that.
out on that lately. It's a trip.
It's like we were all searching for something, right? I mean, Jeremy did 16 different things to figure out what he wanted to do, and it turned out like that's what CrossFit really was.
Right.
He basically did the first Fittest Games of working out, and he's like, "Oh, we can do kettlebells, barbells, triathlons, gymnastics, all in one workout. Sweet, fantastic." And that it's like, okay, we were all searching for that thing. We didn't know what that thing was. We just knew there was something else out there that we wanted. And then when we found it, or when CrossFit, I would rather say, found us, and then we were born and forged in the group class. And then for all of us is like, okay, the group class turned, and then we went a competitive route for a while. And then the group class turned into training with, the training elite group. And then it turned into some of your own stuff on your own. And then we were coaching and starting businesses and running businesses and growing businesses. And then we took ourselves out of the competition setting and poured it into a business or a gym setting. And then we lost touch with things. And now, full circle, you're getting back in the group class. And Jeremy, that's so cool to hear, because we're going to hit up the Invitational in a second. But what I love is that it goes back to that Greg Glassman quote of, as soon as you feel like you've mastered everything,
Start back.
you start where? You start back at the basics, but now with a full understanding and knowledge. And for you guys, almost 20 years of that experience. And now you're saying, I took a group class and now I'm all in, and I'm reinvigorated. Like
Chase,
I wasn't expecting to talk about that today.
you really hit me at the Fittest Experience Championship when you said that it's time to pick up CrossFit, and that was one of those things that hit me. I didn't fully grasp what it meant, but and to capstone what I'm saying about joining the classes, I have lined up. I'm coaching Elements. I got 2 people coming through Elements.
Yes.
I haven't coached Elements in 5 years.
Dang.
I'm coaching 2 young ladies in Elements Friday morning at 6:15, and I booked another guy from my Bible study for Elements on Tuesday at 5:15. So I'm going to do I got 3 Elements lined up. I'm now running all my Elements programs starting this week. And it's so crazy because I changed my whole, coming back from Telluride, I was kind of oversight of my company. And I said, you know what? I'm starting back in the gym. And you know what? I'm taking all the leads, every lead that comes through, I personally texting them now. Wow. I'm booking their Elements, and I'm holding their hand to their free trial class, and then ensuring that we get them in the proper class or where they get signed up and all that. And so I've literally started back at the bottom of the pile and rekindling everything that brought me to where it is today, because we have 250 members here at our downtown gym. We have, range about 60 private training clients, and we're stagnant at a high level. And I felt it as an entrepreneur. I could feel we're stagnant, man. We're just not. We came and we got life. That's a strong word.
Trains on the track, a little cruise control. There's no bumps in the road. You're doing great. Everybody's happy, but you're not getting challenged.
Not like we need to. And I could feel it for probably about 4 to 5 weeks. And I said, you know what? Something's got to change. Got out of town, went to the mountains, came back and said, I'm changing my role. Everybody's just kind of like, what are you doing? I was sitting at the front desk. Working the front desk. I'm working the front desk. Guys like, what do you work in the front desk? Kind of messing with me. Absolutely, man. I'm front desk staff right now. Do you need anything or help? He's like, whoa, what? You're serious? I was like, yeah, man. How can I help you? What can I do for you? drop-ins walking in, free trials walking in, just tell them like, welcome in. How can I help you? Let's get you checked in, so on and so forth. So yeah.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
So with that, as we shift gears to what you guys are putting on in May for the TFX Invitational, is how much of that feeling within the affiliate? Obviously, you guys have a great relationship with Bryce Collier and Coda CrossFit, and you guys will be in Oklahoma. And, you know, Bryce has been around a very long time as well. And Coda's success, like, I feel like Central and Coda are very, I mean, not dyads in terms of like you guys are different, but like you guys walk very similar paths, and your maturation through CrossFit and every facet of it has been very similar. How much of that feeling are you bringing to the Invitational? Because the Invitational, yeah, you're qualifying 2 men and 2 women to the CrossFit Games, but that's not the sole purpose of the Invitational, because, you know, we were talking before we came on here, and it's like it's so much more than that's going to happen that weekend.
This is a unique opportunity in this moment of CrossFit. Blair Morrison, CrossFit Games competitor, hosted the NorCal Classic in California. You got Rich Froning, CrossFit Games athlete, hosting an in-person qualifier in Cookeville, Tennessee. Jeremy Thiel, CrossFit Games athlete, hosting in-person qualifier in Oklahoma City, right? We got Wilson hosting the Syndicate Crown, 12 years at 12 laborers, 9 years, however long, hold multiple in-person regional semifinal qualifiers. You look at the 4 hosts of this sport that are passionate about this. This is a huge, I want to say it's like a double thing. This is huge risk taking on and a huge opportunity at the same time to be able to host this in-person qualifier. I didn't really fully understand what I signed up for when I said, yes, we're going to jump in and do this. But it's recommitted myself to the passion. So when you look at the host of the 4 North American in-person qualifiers, this is the foundation of the community.
It's a good point.
And these are people that have been in for over a decade. These aren't just short-term, like, hey, I'm in it for the opportunity type of people. These are long-term, without committed CrossFit community builders. And then it goes back to, we're committed to hosting. Is the community committed to rekindling the spirit of what this is? And that's what I saw through the Open. Is I saw week 1, a little fire start. Week 2, a bigger fire start. Week 3, this fire is burning because of what is so powerful about gathering in community and doing these in-person competitions or events. And so we're hosting affiliates. We have affiliate ticket packaging. We have this opportunity. We're going to host Chase is going to come in and do an affiliate gathering for CrossFit affiliates. Friday night, we're going to be doing a rep your brand, your affiliate gear on Friday night. Sweet. We want this to be a full-blown affiliate opportunity for people to gather and to get lit by what the community is and who we are, and make it an opportunity for people to get fired up about the community. And so it's all there, man. It's just, are people going to heed that call and say, you know what? Maybe I won't come on Friday. I'm going to drive in and come on Saturday. I was saying earlier, like, Oklahoma City is a perfect place. I would say Cookeville, like that same place. Like, these great, Knoxville, great place. I don't know the exact city that the California, but like our hotel rooms are $99 a night. Like there's an international airport. We're in Oklahoma City. Everything's affordable. You can come and participate, and you not spend thousands of dollars, like literally spend hundreds of dollars to come and build the community and be a part of this. So, and it's even why I jumped on this call. I mean, this opportunity to communicate out. I'm actually jumping on the Saban podcast on Friday.
I heard him talking about that. You can tell him he ripped his video off the internet.
There you go. Yeah, I'm jumping on Savan's on Friday. I mean, I haven't talked to, I saw him at the games this summer, but I haven't talked to Savan in a decade, And I'm jumping on Craig Howard's podcast next week. And hopefully lining up some more if there's any other podcasts that want to have me on, because this is a personal invitation to the affiliate community and the community at Broad CrossFit. Come, drink a beer, hang out, get in the trenches with your people, lock arms, and let's freaking build this community to what it is and what it can possibly be. So anyways,
I feel like the barbell spin might have, that's a good one to reach out to.
I reached out to Barbell Spin. They said, until I screw something up and cause a drama, then he'll have me on so he can. So he's waiting for something to talk about. So hopefully we don't screw anything up and we get on the Barbell Spin. But
because barbell spin is just devoid of controversy at all times with John Young on this show.
No, I'd love to go on Barbell Spin and talk about the community and what this can be for them, and any other podcast that will get the message out to more people to know what we're doing.
Well, we know the athletes are showing up. We know it's an in-person qualifier. We know how many are going to send there. We know it's in Oklahoma. It's over May 16th and 18th. But shifting gears more towards, like, if I'm showing up, right, we want this to be a place where people can come together, fellowship, fall back. Talking about being romantic about CrossFit, you falling back in love with just the pure CrossFit group class thing that you experience in Telluride over week 3 of the Open, is that this is an opportunity, and I'll speak as if I'm in conjunction with you because I'll be there for a bit, to rekindle that, revitalize that, bring that community sense back to what was always the fun part about sectionals or early CrossFit games at the ranch or regionals. And when it was just like outside and a total disaster and way too hot, but we didn't care, right? And it was about the competition. We were sending people to the CrossFit Games in those regional days, but it was way more about being there with your gym, being there with the people you work out with the people you train with the people that coach, with the people that coach you, with the owners of that's what it was all about. That was the most fun part about the old school qualification days, that we have lost touch with. Not necessarily I'm saying that as a negative thing, but as the sport grew and quote unquote professionalized, and as we let off the show, got more cleaned up, got more fine tuned, got more finesses. Like, we want that old school feeling again. I mean, how many people have been asking for that, and how many people don't know about it? When they say we're just like the old guys talking about the good old days, well, there's a reason why. And it's not because it was cool, right? Or like you had to be there. It's like, not only did you have to be there, yes, but now we're going to give you guys a taste of what it was like. And I feel like that's what you guys are bringing to the Invitational.
Absolutely. I think partnering with Coda CrossFit and Bryce, who's our head programmer. We've been on the podcast before. If you walk into Coda CrossFit OKC, like, it is, I told them they're building a new space and going to be moving in the next year. It's a beautiful building that he's making out there. But like, their gym, I was like, you have to make a 10-minute documentary of this space, from all the trophies and the nostalgia that is in that gym. It is just amazing, like, capture of what CrossFit is. So that's the essence, right? So the essence of being in the community 19 years, being at every CrossFit Games except 2020, seeing the process, hosting the Fittest Experience, hosting Invitational. Our culture is community. Our culture is the amateur athlete. We just so happen to be hosting this qualifier, in-person qualifier. We're going to have hundreds of community athletes competing. We still have slots for the rookie, intermediate level athletes that want to come out and experience this type of competition that we're promoting and want to get people out. We're about 70% sold out on that side. All of our elite athletes are joining us and signups this next week. And so we'll have over 500 competitors coming out and participating. And so now it's just rallying those communities to come, and even the broader community to support them as we go on this journey, to just have a great experience. So it's all lining up, and it's, really, we're 6.5 weeks out from this event. And so it's like, now is the time to say, hey, yeah, we're going to take a venture out and get an experience with what they're hosting at this event. And it's going to be a good time.
For the community side, you talked about the rep your affiliate night on Friday night, right? But on Saturday, all right, we're going to have an affiliate gathering there on site for all affiliate owners to essentially come for free, I'll be running it, and it's just a great opportunity. Is that we've had, we've affiliate reps in the around the U.S. and around the world put on these summits, which is an opportunity for coaches, owners, managers to all get together and just reconnect. And that those collision points or those opportunities to run into each other at these competitions is one thing, but we're going to have a special time frame, location, spot for everyone to get together on that Saturday, on the 17th. And a lot of that just has to do with getting people together, talking about, the topics range, but when you guys hosted last November at Central Downtown, the best part of the entire weekend was the final part where we just got to get together and get the owners together, sit in different groups and just throw out conversations, throw out topics, throw out anything underneath the sun. It wasn't specific, and I feel like that was the best part of the summit. And we're just taking what was the best part of that, and we're putting it in about 4 hours on a Saturday to get the owners together.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Conversation and relationships is what this community is all about. And when we're in conversation and being in relationship with our peers, there's so much value that drives from that. And then you get aha moments even in those conversations. It's like, oh man, I can tweak this, I can tweak that. And that brings you back to your foundation of why you're doing what you're doing. And that's the most powerful aspect is your why.
Is that difficult to have both really pushing the sport, but then like really trying to put the emphasis on the affiliates? I mean, that seems like such a tough thing just for CrossFit in general. But like, do you find that is difficult, or do you find it easier to go that way?
It is. There's two aspects. There's the competitor, and then there's the affiliate fan that is there to support them, and then there's the affiliate owner. And it has multiple caps that they're wearing. And then there's, again, the affiliate from the external. They're like, hey, I want to go and get education. They might be detracted or back away from the competition. And so, yeah, the athlete and the fan that are there for the competition, they're distracted with their own thing. And so I'm not making this stuff up. I've been running an event for 17 years. And so we have the actual experience of what it looks like. And so, yes, you have to know who your niche is, who you're speaking to, and serve them really well. And so you can't get mad when the fan of the athlete isn't showing up to your affiliate gathering. But there's affiliates out there that are looking to be fed. So what I would say is, like, if you're looking to be fed and you're not just going to have a beer or eat some popcorn and watch some people work out, the affiliate gathering that Chase is doing, that is for you. So come get fed with food from your peers and get value that's going to drive you. So we got to know who that niche market is and who wants to be fed and get that community aspect. We're going to do some cool things, though. We're going to create a pit that is going to be specific for affiliates. And so on the main stage, on stage one, there's a media pit that's for exclusive media that's specific to the in-person qualifier for elites. We're going to create an elite affiliate pit that is for affiliates only. The affiliate owners will be able to get up close, and this is going to be after the affiliate gathering. You're going to be able to go up close onto the stage and observe and watch the top elite athletes compete. So a lot of this information is, I'm just kind of leaking that out right now, but we're going to be getting out this information. Once we get the elite athletes signed up, then we're going to start putting out this information about how it's going to give them unique experiences that you can't get anywhere else.
So this is like a heavy Isabel situation. Just
no, it's not on that level. It's not on that level, but
Vindicate would like to know if you're still taking vendors.
Absolutely. We have some great vendors. Some of the great partners at CrossFit are going to be coming in. Rogue Fitness is our equipment partner. Border Patrol is going to be there. Repping. We're talking with Yeti's going to be there. We have other brands that are coming on. Our apparel partner's not inked yet, but that's going to be really soon. And then a lot of other vendors. So yeah, we still have space for vendors as well. Hopefully we're locking in the U.S. Marines are going to be there. And then of course, a lot of mom and pop CrossFit affiliate, brands are going to be repping the space, but we absolutely have deck and contact on the fittestexperience.com partners link that we can get out to you guys for our deck and all that good stuff.
I think that, man, the fact that you're filling in the gaps like that with the affiliates, I think is massive, because me and Chase have talked about it so many different times that there's that separation that's grown between the affiliate gym and the members that are there, which are the fans for all the athletes, and the competitive athlete stage has just gone wider and wider and wider and wider to where we've almost kind of forgotten how you even intermix them. So the fact that that you've done it for so long and that you see the importance of it, and that you're actually making that making that element for the affiliates, I think is massive, dude. I applaud you on that, because that's needed right now, especially right now. It's needed.
I want to give a shout out too, because Desert City Classic event in Arizona.
Yeah.
Adam, I spoke to him yesterday. He's blasting out an email for us to promote the Invitational, the community division, the competition. So Desert City is on board helping work to promote what we're doing at the Invitational. Brian Brand out at Beach Brawl out in Pensacola, they have a spring and a fall competition they host 1,400 competitors in their fall event. It's crazy what Brian does out there. It's huge. They're out promoting KO and the OKC. Is also they're helping promote and blasting out emails, informing their community. They have 1,000, amateur beginner competitors that do their events. And so we're now like, we're stepping away from this, like, you're over there, we're over here. I'm saying, like, hey guys, and in return, what we're doing for them is we're promoting their online qualifiers. We're promoting their events. So we're doing a lot of pushing of information to get the community aware of what is going down. So people are on the same page, and we can just help support each other to grow this sport at an amateur level, and then build the community that supports the elites. Guys, it's not the elites on an island. It is the community, the foundation of the pyramid, the big base that is 98% of it, and the 2% of the elites that we're supporting that makes this whole ecosystem work. That's how it works. I hope I didn't just shock people with the surprise of guys, it's 98% is all community.
Well, and it sounds like this competition, that's what the foundation is on, right? You are hosting an event for the elites, but this isn't for the elites. This is for everybody else that you just mentioned, that foundational, that the affiliate community, that foundation, just the people that are just in it for the love of it, in it to just be a part of what has changed their lives, whichever way that it has. And that is like you said, the lifeblood and that grounding foundation, not just of this, but that's what it's always really been with your events.
Yeah, that's the goal. Now we just got to it's a short window. It's the first event that we're hosting like this. So we just got to get the word out, and people got to be aware of what we're doing. And I'm just getting jazzed up. I'm going to be doing these podcasts, but I'm going to just get on the phone and start emailing and calling affiliates and inviting them to come be a part of this, because they just need to know. And they're like, oh, okay. And I think that's going to be the biggest part, is just getting the word out.
Yeah. And the Oklahoma CrossFit community, right? We haven't really made a splash in that area. There's some great local events that are put on Oklahoma. There's is Battle of the Ballpark still a thing? That was a great one. What's the one put on by Eclipse? It's the one in January.
You're challenging me now. I know the KO and the OKC.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one.
And Bryce Collier has done a lot of different events. He's a part of our team with TFX now, and he loves his role and what he does. He's a phenomenal programmer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it's just like, we haven't had a sanctioned CrossFit event there since 2010 at that sanctioned event that was in the area. And Oklahoma has a great CrossFit community, and I think it's really exciting that you guys are bringing it there. And not only can you bring that event there, but bring that affiliate presence, that CrossFit presence on site with you guys for those people that haven't got to have something in that area officially in a long time.
100%. This is the opportunity and that's why we've reached out to the Oklahoma community, and Bryce is super linked in with everybody, all the affiliates that are out in that area. Oddly enough, he just has that connection, the relationship. So he's reaching out and engaging. We're not coming in from Texas to do something Oklahoma. We respect what their community is and want to honor that as we bring people from all across North American West region, which is Mexico, Canada, those, anywhere they splinter into that, come to Oklahoma to be a part of this broader community. And that's what's the beauty of CrossFit, is that, this is an international sport. This is a lot of people from different, cultures and whatnot coming together to compete. And we just so happen to be in Oklahoma and respect that what they built in that community. And we just come together and do what we do and work out and get some people qualified for the CrossFit Games and have a really good time.
Yeah, and it's a short drive. It's an easy drive. As you said earlier, places to stay are abundant and they're cheap. And it's just a great opportunity. I mean, like you go up 35, you go up Tollway, you pick a direction and you can get to Oklahoma. I was just there over spring break, actually, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I'm excited to go back. And it's not just like people coming up from Texas. We got everybody north of Oklahoma. It's just as easy to get down as it is to get up, or from left and to the right. So I think it is a really cool place to have this event. It's nice to have something in Oklahoma. What is something that people don't know about, right? Not necessarily like what we've been talking about, but it's like, what is something that, without giving away anything, you are genuinely excited in that same kind of rejuvenation fire that you were talking about getting back into the CrossFit affiliate that may be coming up here in May?
That's a great question.
Don't give something away. I mean, it's but you got to spread that out over all the podcasts you're going to do. So we can get one and then Savon can get the other one.
Yeah. I think from the uniqueness of the Friday Night Lights, the way that we're hosting the unified workout, everybody knows now that was put out, Mayhem put out what that unified workout is, heavy Isabel that's going to be happening. That is such a great workout. And it is going to be great. Yeah. It's going to be a phenomenal race to observe and see that happening. As much as it gets out, people might not know that we're doing that unified for, events across North America are going to host that workout. That's going to be amazing. The cool part about it, guys, we're hosting Friday is going to be the start date. Athlete check-in is on Thursday. We're hosting Friday. People could come out on Saturday. Sunday we'll finish. It's not going to be an all-day Sunday event. People are going to be able to get back to their homes on Sunday evening. And so it's not swallowing up this massive window of time for them. And so we've really made this event structured so people can really come and participate in a way that makes sense to their pocketbook, to their time frames, and to their just overall schedule, so they can make it super easy. 12 and below kids are free to come. And so we just want it super easy for people to participate.
What I like here is that you got your single day passes, you got the weekend up. That'll be just till April 1st. So you guys got about a week to get this 3-day pass, which is only $79. What I like about here is that, read the print before you guys freak out, is that you have this 3-day pass thing that they can buy, which is like, hey, let's just make it simple. It's like, well, we're bringing a whole crew. We'll get 20 of these. And then it's just a nice, simple package that they have for that. So tickets are available. You guys got to get them there. You guys can go to thefittestexperience.com and click on the invitational for all that information there. But, Jeremy, before we hop off here, and, I'm really excited to be able to come down there. I think it's, everything we said, it's just a great opportunity to get everybody together. That's the fun part about these in-person ones and also a fun part about the way it's being done. I mean, this is very old school qualifier style. Versus that main, people might miss all the bells, whistles, and fireworks that semifinals or regionals used to be from 18, 19, and beyond. But I think this is going to be a great reset. Bill and I have been talking about this since the start of the season this year. Is that whatever happens this year, and I've talked to you about this too, Jeremy. Is that I think whatever happens this year is going to be the most important thing we may have done in the last 5 to 10 years with and for CrossFit. And it's going to have nothing to do with what CrossFit is actually doing and everything to do with all of us in the space in order to get things back to good that everybody's saying that it needs to be or hasn't been. And it's like, all right, well, let's stop talking about it. Right? Because the only way this will get better is if we are a part of that and we are driving that train. Because even if CrossFit does everything everybody's been complaining about right, unless people buy in, unless people get back on board, unless people get back building the tracks, not sitting on the train, we can't get there, even if they do it all the right way. And what I think is going to be great is that what a great opportunity to put fate, destiny, call it what you will, in your own hands, running your own event to get people to the CrossFit Games in the most OG grassroots community style way possible. And that's what the Invitational is going to be. And I'm so excited that you guys, that you're at the helm. When you text me about just like being curious about it, I was like, God, I hope you sign up for this, because I mean, Texas has been a huge CrossFit mecca for a long time. There's been a lot of affiliates here. There's been a lot of success in the competitive space, but there's a lot of success in the affiliate space as well. And to combine that with what we have in Oklahoma and just having the South Central U.S. geographically, having a major event like this to go along with the Fittest Experience, because that's not going anywhere. This is just in addition to. I think it's a very important thing, and I'm very excited, and I appreciate you stepping up to do that.
Hey, man, this is in a unique way. Like this is my 20-year CrossFit affiliate in December.
Yep.
December
Wow.
we turned 20
years.
Me and Carrie founded CrossFit Central. And so it's the serendipitous of like the whole process, 17 years with the Fittest Experience, being able to host the in-person qualifier, the way it all, lined up, it's just so unique. So I'm digging in and leaning in and just grateful for the opportunity and ready to make it happen.
It's like our first CrossFit experience, how we found it, except on a macro level. Because I feel like it's always a serendipitous, I was right place, right time, right situation kind of a thing. I mean, Bill,
it was a reason. There was a reason. We all fell into it for a reason. It wasn't. I wouldn't even say that like it was searched out. Like it just all of a sudden we were standing right at it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then it just went from there. What a cool door to step through, though. Wow.
Yeah, I'm very. And hey, when you go on Savon's show on Friday, like keep him on the rails. All right, like he's gonna pull out an Instagram video about so what, God knows what the topic would be. You gotta keep him on track. make sure Souza or Caleb is there to run the back end.
Wow.
If he's asking questions and running the back end, that might be a train that I can't wait to watch happen. But so you'll be on there on Friday. Is that
Yes,
the?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, between now and then, right? We got we're at March 26th, so what? 6 weeks out from the Invitational.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So make sure you guys go to fittestexperience.com, click on the Invitational, get all the info you guys need. Where, when. There's hotels already listed on there. There's really nowhere else you need to be to find out where you need to be and when. Then to fittestexperience.com. For all you owners out there, we will be in touch. We'll give you more information about the gathering, about the Rep Your Affiliate on Friday night. And I really think it's super cool that you are carving out a special area right there in the competition floor just for the owners. Mm-hmm. Like that is, it seems small, but it's a big deal, because not only is just that experience going to be one of a kind for them, but just the gesture itself, knowing full well, is like about how important it is that people do carry the flag. And we want to give homage and respect to the flag bearers of CrossFit. Jeremy, you're one of them. Bill, you're one of them. I mean, how many times we talk about carrying the CrossFit flag or flying that CrossFit flag, not just on your shirts, but on the affiliates and what you guys do every day. So I think it's essential. It's needed more than ever. And I think we have a very unique opportunity to make things better than ever because of what you guys are doing. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's fired up, dude. I'm excited to watch it. I can't wait to see it.
That's awesome. Well, Jeremy, appreciate it, brother. If there's anything you guys need from us, just holler at us, and we'll see you in Oklahoma.
Awesome. Right on, guys. Thank y'all so much.